Singapore is stepping up its push to bringing more meetings, conferences and exhibitions, with a new practical guide being developed with trade groups and chambers to help them plan and run events here. Beatrice Yap speaks to the Singapore Tourism Board about what's next.
Singapore expects tourism spending to climb to between 47 and 50 billion Singapore dollars by 2040. The Singapore Tourism Board also wants to triple receipts from the MICE sector, where they say business travellers tend to spend around twice as much as leisure visitors. How close are we to those targets and what's still missing? To find out, I'm speaking with Poh Chi Chuan, the Executive Director of Exhibitions and Conferences at the Singapore Tourism Board. He tells me that Singapore's tourism sector is starting off on a strong footing, with more visitors and higher receipts recorded last year than in 2024.
Happening in 2025, we have a few big events that took place in Singapore. Namely, of course, Singapore FinTech Festival. We also have one where it was the International Textile Machinery Association, and that was a significant show because it was a complete buyout of Singapore Expo. All 100,000 square meters was taken up, and we were expecting to receive more than 25,000 international arrivals coming for that show.
And how does the calendar look like for this year?
For 2026, we're going to kick the year off with our Singapore Air Show, which we're expecting to receive close to 60,000 attendees for the event. It's also their 10th anniversary, so we're really looking forward to that. We also scored a few new shows that will be coming to Singapore, such as the Passenger Terminal Expo that will be coming here, Breakbout Asia, which is a logistics and maritime show that will be debuting in Singapore as well. From the conventions front, we won the World Sleep Congress, where experts coming in around the world to talk about sleep, which is a very important part of our wellness.
You spoke about the Singapore Air Show, and besides these flagship events, how else are we diversifying our portfolio?
Yeah, so this year, what we're doing differently is that we are working together with SPF on their annual conference, which is the Trade Association and Chambers Summit. But this year, what we are doing is we are partnering the American Society of Association Executives, and together with SPF, we're bringing together new content to their summit by teaching our local stakeholders what are the challenges that they face in hosting association meetings and how can we do it better. So this will be an interesting year for us. I think it's an opportune time because today with AI, with higher computational powers and all that, I think it's the best time for industries and us to work together to find out how can we best use technology and things like artificial intelligence, automation, to basically help our stakeholders increase productivity, to be able to enable the same level of workforce to do more.
But there's still some challenges. CNA aired a story earlier this month where event operators told us they had run out of unique venues. A sticking point now, as they say, audiences are increasingly looking for new and distinctive spaces that can enhance the overall experience of attending a show in Singapore. Chi Chuan tells me that STB is exploring how unconventional venues can be used to host MICE, groups, plus other projects down the road.
We announced plans to basically build the downtown MICE hub. It's a long-term development plan, but we are very excited towards that. So that's one. I think, again, back to using spaces that are not designed for MICE as unconventional spaces to host MICE groups. I think these are also things that we are looking at. We are strongly encouraging stakeholders to partner, venues such as New Baru, where they have spaces, and also hotels with ballrooms and all that. These are also spaces that we can leverage on.
To wrap up, how are we tracking towards our Tourism 2040 goals?
We are very optimistic in the sense that in 2024, we did bring in 1.7 billion worth of tourism receipts from business events, which is actually 300 million more than the pre-COVID levels of 1.4 billion. I think the macro factors, looking at how Asia is a strong growth region, we are very optimistic that we stand a good chance to be able to get to where we are. But of course, we still need to put in a lot of effort and to work together with our stakeholders to get there.